If you want to win consistently in Balatro, you need to understand a couple things. The first thing is, what is your next real threat? Then, how much are you actually scoring? Your current money state? How will the run scale into the late game? And how does utility support everything? And I break that all down in this video. I hope you enjoy.
Must play 5 cards is not that big of a deal. Okay, so when you are in the small blind, you typically want to play flushes or straights. You want to play some sort of 5-card hand because you want to try to one-shot in the small blind. So we have a bunch of clubs, so let's go for clubs. So we have the straight. The straight isn't going to win. To know if you're going to one-shot in the small blind with the straight, you need to have a queen high straight, so we know that doesn't win. So I think we just keep going for clubs. Okay, so to tell if your club straight is going to win, all of the numbers need to add up to 40. So face cards are 10, 18, 24, 28, 30. So we don't have enough. So whenever you don't have enough, typically it's better to save your guaranteed flush and just discard. And unfortunately, we didn't hit it, but that's okay. You just play the flush and you don't win. And then typically, if you play a flush, something like high card wins, but these times win. So it's really important to win these first rounds with as many hands as possible, unless you have a certain joker telling you otherwise. Okay. So in the first shop, what you typically want to do is you want some sort of scoring joker, right? So if you look, we have Cartomancer, which helps us provide utility, but the way that you want to think about those 5 priorities I just mentioned, you want to think about it in that order. You want to deal with the threat, which oftentimes means you need to deal with your score, which then you want to have a good amount of money, then you want to make sure your future is good, and then you want to make sure you have enough utility. So going by that hierarchy, you probably just want Onyx Agate. So now that we have scored, I guess maybe there's an argument to open up these buffoon packs, but you don't need to. Now that we have our score, we just want to prioritize money. So let's go for money. So now we are going to be going for clubs. Now typically, I just know on gold stakes that agate can basically bring you through the second ante. On white stakes, I'm not too sure because I'm mainly a gold stakes player. Okay. Sorry about that. So now we need to look at anything that could potentially provide value. So this clearance sale I do want, but if I'm not buying anything in the shop, there's no reason to necessarily buy it now. I guess we are after the big blind, so we won't see clearance sale again. So 25% off. That means everything, I mean, it says 25% off, but that means money is 25% more valuable. So when you buy this clearance sale, oftentimes it's actually really good, unless you're having a very specific build where you care about your sell value of jokers or something like that. So I'm actually going to take this clearance sale. Now, that clearance sale was actually $12. So when you spend anything, when you spend any amount of money that's $25 or below, if it brings you below a $5 threshold, it costs an extra dollar because that's future money that you're gonna make in this shop or in this next blind. Okay, so we're just gonna do very easy, just go for clubs, and we know we're gonna win because we kept track that we do about 2,500. Okay, so this clubs flush does about 2,500. Before we do anything, let's go run info, go blinds. We know that we can get through this entire ante just with this agate. So we don't need to do anything except go for money. Crystal ball is really nice. So to a beginner player, crystal ball probably isn't going to do very much because you don't really know to keep tarots in your consumable slots. You also maybe don't find blue seals as much as you should. So I guess, is there a consideration to open up this jumbo pack? I'm gonna say no. And I think on white stakes, you could play just extremely safe and just win. Okay. So something that's very important about playing on white stakes is that if you just play with the jokers that the game gives you, you're gonna win. You don't need to worry about a joker being good or a joker being bad. You just need to understand what the joker does and play towards those strengths. Drunkard is a really good joker. Now, it's really good, but do I think it's worth it? So, I guess when you go above $25, that's when you really want to start buying things. In the entire shop, you probably want to realize, hey, do I want this voucher? If you want this voucher and it doesn't give you any immediate value, like something like Crystal Ball, you probably want to wait until you are about to go into the boss blind, the boss blind, to buy it. Because if it brings you into under $25, it's gonna cost you interest, and it's also not giving you any immediate value. So if we look at all the rest of these jokers, what could give you more economy or value? So there's a buffoon pack, which could give us an economy joker, and there's a spectral pack. Spectral pack can give us probably half the things out of the spectral pack we'll take. So let's open it. Okay, so let's break down these options. So destroy one random card in this hand and gives you 3 face cards. So whenever you're going for something like this, you're probably hoping for a gold card. Gold cards are very good of provided value. Maybe not necessarily with Onyx Agate, but it does dilute your deck a little bit. But diluting your deck is not that much of a problem as people say it is. Ouija is not very good. Sure, we could pop it right now, but why would we do that? -1 hand size is really bad just to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the same. Now, assuming that it goes to a rank that's not in this hand, you do get 12, which is about enough to consistently play 4 of a kind. But it's just not worth it. Oftentimes, it's better just to play something else. Grim is very good, actually, for going for 4 of a kind. If you want to go for 4 of a kind or want to just a bunch of the same rank, Grim is often very good, and you always want to play towards aces because there's just ways to get to aces. Talisman just provides you money, so you want to put Talisman on something that you're already playing. The highest club, yeah, we'll play that. So something that you do want to consider when you're putting Talisman on something is go to your history. Now history is a mod, so you might have to remember if you don't have a mod, and just look, does anything really affect it? Face cards are drawn face down would affect it, so I'll just put it on the 10 instead. Okay. So now, what you can do a lot of the time is if you want to decide between opening a buffoon pack or just taking a joker and you have some extra money, always open the buffoon pack first because the buffoon pack will give you options. Okay, so our threat is taken care of. Our score is good right now. Our money is good. So now our next priority is scaling. So superposition is utility. We're not really playing straights, but it would do something, I guess. So red card is scaling. Every time you skip a booster pack, you get +3 molds. We just take it, even though that doesn't really work that well with the Onyx Agate. It's some form of scaling. Worst thing that happens is we just sell it later. Now, do we take a drunkard? So for $3, it will bring us to 23, which then will put us under an interest threshold, which means it's a $4 drunkard. And I'm gonna say no. We can pretty consistently get our clubs flush. It's not gonna really do anything. Okay, let's keep it going. Just keeping your money is better most of the time because there's a lot better things that you can get. So we did get kind of unlucky here. So something that's really important is that if you get unlucky, don't panic and start just like playing stuff. I mean, maybe this 2-pair wins because this is going to be 60 times 16. Just play a hand as a discard. That's something a lot of beginners don't understand, is that you just play, if you play your hands as discards, that's usually fine to get your one crazy hand. Now, we did get the gold seal, so maybe that justifies me buying the drunkard in the last shop, but you also want to save money for the crystal ball. Okay, so we have 2 tarots in the shop. So whenever you have 2 tarots in the shop and you have a Arcana pack, oftentimes you want to open this Arcana pack because when you open the pack, you can't see any tarots that are in your shop or in your top bar. So these are considered blockers. So if you don't want another priestess, you just keep it here. If you don't want a Hierophant, you keep it there, and then you open the Arcana pack and you'll never get them again. Okay. Cool. We can't even consider it because this is gonna be our first time using a tarot. World we don't want to do because we're on clubs. Tower, we're playing flushes, so oftentimes you don't want a tower. Glass, so typically the way you want to use glass is either to put it on a card you're playing a lot and it would extend your power, or put it on something you just want to break, so as a small form of deck fixing. Or Judgment. I think we're just going to get the most benefit from Judgment, and if we don't like what it is, we can just sell it. The order. Yeah, that's not very good. Okay, so with Priestess, let's rip a Priestess open. Okay, so we get Jupiter, and we get Mercury. So a beginner's trap is to play Jupiter. So let's look at all of the planets. So you understand why this is a noob trap. Okay, so Mercury, every time you get Mercury, you get 1 molt and 15 chips. Every time you do Jupiter, it's 2 molt plus 15 chips. So the difference between a Mercury planet and a Jupiter planet is 1 molt. That's it. Jupiter is a harder to play hand. And a lot of the time, if you play flushes, you don't get value from keeping other cards that isn't your flush in your hand. Like, to make that more clear, if you have 10 gold cards in your deck and you're playing pairs, and pairs your main build, you only need to play 2 cards in your hand. So you could have 6 other cards for gold cards. Jupiter, you need 5, so you could only have 3 other cards for gold cards. So once you say you get 10 pairs, 10 Mercuries versus 10 Jupiters, yes, a Jupiter will still be stronger, but the difference isn't that much because you also have Jokers. So just comparing that to straights, flushes and straights are typically, straights are a little bit harder to get than flushes, but they do twice the amount of chips and more molt. So it's just better in every way. So I had that entire rant just to say, always buy Mercuries if your economy calls for it. And then now that we have this Jupiter, it's the same thing for tarot cards. Jupiter's a blocker, so we won't get another Jupiter in here. Now, unfortunately, we didn't get a pair, which is what I want. So what would be the next most beneficial card? Well, probably Jupiter for short term, but we do have an order, so sure, we could just go Saturn just because. Crystal Ball. So Crystal Ball does bring us under the interest threshold. We could hope to find this gold seal. I do want Crystal Ball. I think Crystal Ball is very good. Okay, let's keep it going. So now, with keeping consumables, if you want to only sell a consumable, if you're about to replace it with another consumable, selling it to get to an interest threshold. So for instance, if we had 2 consumables right now, we could sell both of them and then get another $1 from interest because you would be at $25. Or, I mean, those are really the only things. So let's just try to find clubs. So we got this clubs flush. There's nothing more of value in our deck, so there's no reason to discard. Let's just go. Okay. So I just realized I should have probably skipped for red card, so I just made a mistake. So we're scoring a little under 3,000. So we can beat this small blind, no problem. And big blind, we might need a little help. Okay. Liquidation. I am 100% taking that because now money is going to be 25% more good. So essentially, what that means is everything in the shop is 50% off. So if we look at our money, if everything in the shop is 50% off, it's like we have $64 essentially, because that's how much, if I spent all my money, that's how much I would need to spend if I bought the same shop without any of these vouchers, and with this voucher it would be double. Okay, we can crack open a judgment. Mr. Bones. So what Mr. Bones does is if you get 25% of a blind, it self-destructs and you don't die. Like say if you were going to die. I like to see this as a 4x molt or a 4x score, because if you get 25%, which is a fourth of the blind, you still win. Let's go Arcana pack, trying to find anything. So death is good, but death is only good when you copy important stuff. So let's just get another judgment. Okay, flushes. So that increases our score a little bit. And then let's go standard pack, just because we can. So with standard packs, oftentimes you kind of buy it assuming that you're not going to get anything good. And then when you get something good, you're like, oh, that's nice. Is a red seal worth picking up? So if I pick up this red seal, I'm basically accepting I need to turn it into something else later. I don't think I'm going to. Let's just skip. So, and then we could take a slide joker. So we already kind of discussed that we're not really playing the order. So now let's just go next. No repeat hand type. That should be fun. Let's just discard, going for clubs. Maybe we try out this pair just to see how much we're scoring. Yeah, why not? Okay, so 2 pairs win if it's with a club. Pair of 3s probably doesn't win though. Okay, so oftentimes if you have a seal, you just want to play it because that gives you $3, and $3 is pretty good. I accidentally made a mistake. I was supposed to go for a pair, but I didn't. So we know this pair wins because we've already proven that. Okay. So when you're looking at your score, we score. You want to try to make your chips and your molt as equal as possible. So how do you do that? You do that by first acknowledging what do you have more of. So right now we are playing pairs, which is 25 chips plus 50 chips, and then 3 bolts plus 7, assuming we get 1 club, plus 3. So the thing that we need to work on right now is molt. Now no matter what, we are taking this mercury. Nice. Runner we aren't gonna need. We can go standard pack looking for a value generator. Gold card money is really good. Also, if we don't want to use gold card, it's gold seal. So yeah, we'll take that. And then let's go buffoon pack. We'll get rid of Mr. Bones. Fortune teller for 5. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. So now 3,000. So now that this is the first time that we have ample money, so let's do a reroll. Half joker for $2. So half joker is going to do something other than the flushes. So now we're basically just playing pairs. Cool. So if we're playing pairs, I was about to say we want to dig for our 10 and we want to dig for our value generators. So let's do that. Maybe a 10. Okay, so we don't get the 10. So let's just play 10 by itself. Cool. So this is more of an advanced thing. We want to play hands as throwaways to get to our value generator. Because I know pretty much that this pair is going to win. It's going to be about 100 times 30. 100 times 30, that's... Yeah, so basically I know we're gonna get there. So it doesn't matter. Okay, so we did get punished. If we see one out of the 17 cards is this gold seal. So we did get punished there, but it's okay because we know we win this. Nice, 4,000. 6 cent is really good for deck fixing. Do we maybe want to get rid of Fortune Teller for it? Maybe we just get rid of the agate, because the agate, so I guess as the idea is right now Fortune Teller's only at 5. The agate can only be at 7. Fortune Teller can get stronger. Same thing with red card can get stronger. Okay, so we have 6 cent. We also have business card. Maybe we acknowledge that red card isn't going to be very good for us, and we just go business card for money. Because we have enough score. We can beat our threat. Money, if we just get more money, we'll get more opportunity for scaling and utility later. Let's maybe do a reroll first. Let's go Buffoon Pack. Okay, so what are we looking for? We're looking for money, scaling, and utility. That's none of these. Okay, so let's just skip. Let's go for Arcana Pack. Money, scaling, utility. We get a death card. So let's just death a high card. And then let's go next here. Okay. So we just want to play this 6 to... We just want to play the 6 by itself to give us a spectral card. And it's going to burn it. And we get Grim. Grim, I guess, is probably something we don't really want. So probably just sell that. So I actually don't... So remember, we've gotten weaker. We have less molt right now. So let's just... Sometimes there's no shame in just pulling out a calculator and just calculating how much a pair is going to be. So we can do 100 times 26. So 2,600. So that might not be enough. So let's just play the pair now. Okay. So then a 2-pair probably wins. Let's just go for some discarding. Let's see how much this 2-pair does. Maybe I should have, I was going to say I was going to win. Maybe I should have used all my discard trying to find this 10 and gold card. But when you don't know, just win. Okay. So, like I was mentioning, our molt is what's behind here. So, we can take a Jolly. Also, maybe it doesn't matter that much. So we do get an X-Molt. So this X-Molt does not work with our build because this Ancient Joker is going to activate as the cards are getting triggered, not after when our Jokers are activating, and our power comes from our Jokers activating. So Ancient Joker is no good. I do want to Hone. Hone is one of those things that silently is pretty good. You'll just get more foils, more holographics. And if you get foils and holographics, that gets rid of the purpose of having a slide joker, half joker. Yeah. So these packs are $4, so that means we can get one reroll. We could go Temperance. So, yep, let's just crack open this Temperance, getting us Fortune Teller value. We could do one more reroll. Marble Joker for 10. I'm gonna say no. Let's go Arcana pack. Okay, so we're looking for something that would help with our scaling. That would probably be a Priestess. So let's just get rid of Grim. Go Priestess. Nothing there helps. Let's go Arcana pack. If we use Judgment, what would we get rid of? I want Business card for Buddy. I want Sly for Chips. I want 6 cent for get rid of 6s. I think it's just going to be another Priestess. Keep Jupiter because I really don't want Jupiter. None of those are good, so let's just keep it going. So I know I could play a bunch of pairs here. So I'm just going to be discarding the low cards, trying to find some of our value generators. So the next pair wins. Let's just keep discarding low cards. I want to play face cards for business card. Okay. So because I'm trying to find maybe some more of these value generators, I'm just going to play a regular pair without half. It wins anyways. Okay, it doesn't matter. We just got money. Okay, so the devil we absolutely want. There's no planet pack, so we don't want to open a planet first. Okay, let's open standard pack. Nothing important is there. So something that's actually, never mind, it doesn't apply here. Let's reroll. So what's going to be more valuable? 6 cent or Golden Joker? Probably Golden Joker. Golden Joker just gives us more money. One more reroll. Lovers we could have as a blocker for this Arcana pack. So we get Temperance for $5. So our economy is pretty much set, and $5 is not really worth it. Death. So death is always better than Hungman if you're deathing something of value. So I guess we want to play face cards, so we don't want a gold face card. So let's devil this 10 and then copy this 10. Okay. And then we just keep it going. We know we win already. So the 10 is here. Okay. Let's play this pair. Okay. Let's play this high card for $3. Okay. Let's play... We might die here. No, we're not. So no matter what, we have the 10s. And then let's play this pair, which we know wins. Cool. So we got a bunch of money. We're good. So something that makes a Balatro player really good is instead of just winning as soon as possible, you need to learn to extract value from your hands, even if it means like almost died, as long as you just don't die. Okay, so let's do some re-rolling. Golden ticket, probably not. So we are getting to a point though where we do need some more score. So we're looking for score. Campfire. So Campfire, what it does is every time you sell something, it gives you more X-Mults. So I think we can afford to get rid of business card. Go Campfire. Let's reroll maybe one more time. Go open the Celestial pack, trying to find pairs. Yeah. We can sell and buy. We can go Arcana pack for Hermits. Yeah. $8 seems a bit expensive for real. Maybe we do one more. Magician? Providing value? Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna discard these low cards. I'm going to Magician these kings. And then throw away a low card. 20 bucks is 20 bucks. Alright, so the next one wins. I'm gonna be trying to find some 10s here. Okay, so we got the 10s. I guess we just ship it. Nice, so with Campfire at 1.5 X, where you're at 7,000 per, the duo just helps immensely. So, Fortune Teller, what Fortune Teller is doing right now is less than 2x. I think I just want to keep it simple and just go duo. And then the bull is a lot of money, and this is going to be our scaling win condition that we just came by. So this, the Campfire, are good on its own. So now that we value our money, we're very rarely going to reroll, and we're just going to buy these planet packs, because oftentimes these planet packs have a higher than average value per dollar than rerolling. And then let's just keep it going. Okay, let's just do some discarding. Let's just do some discarding. We could play these 9s. This probably just wins because of how crazy bull is. Okay, so we're doing 19,000. So when you're on white stakes, you have 4 hands. And something that you need to know, the final boss is 100k if you're not facing the Violet Vessel. So you need to figure out how to get 25k per hand. That's your goal. So the sun we could take up top and just keep it as a blocker. I want to go Spectral Pack. Hex. So Hex, what it does is destroys all the jokers and gives you Polychrome, so it's definitely not worth it. Sigil, sure, we can rip it. Okay, so now we have a bunch more clubs. Let's open up this Arcana pack. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that. More money is always good. So I think what we're gonna do is go gold card, and then we are gonna sell our tarots and then go Emperor. Now those tarots don't matter, and then let's just keep them going. So now I hope you guys see we're basically at a point where we can't lose, because Campfire, if we start falling behind, we could just Campfire. Cardomancer. So I guess what's more valuable, having $4 or having this Cardomancer? So when, like I've explained before, money becomes more valuable. So this $4 is actually like $8. At least it's gonna feel like that. I guess maybe it's $6. So would I spend $6 for a tarot every round? For one random one? I'm gonna say probably not. Blue Joker we don't need. Bull is just gonna do better. Let's open the Celestial pack, looking for pairs. Yeah. Okay. And then gold card. So like I always say, adding valuable cards is more important than getting rid of cards. Unless your win condition is to like play a flush 5 or something. Okay. Let's just keep it discarded. Looking for 10. Okay. I think I just want to play, yeah, just the 7s because I want that money. Okay. Death is very important. We could get rid of a death, or get rid of a card for death. Go Director's Cut. So Director's Cut is really good in case you find a boss you don't want. Let's open up these packs for None of these are good, so I'm just gonna skip. It's okay to skip these planet packs if there's nothing of value. Okay, let's keep it going. Okay, so we're gonna be discarding, trying to find value generators. Okay, we could discard because we could just copy the 10. Get rid of this 2. Okay. So this gives us 12 bucks. Really good. So I guess, like I keep saying, the key of winning gold stakes is to just address your threats, figure out your own score, make sure that you prioritize having the economy, have some sort of scaling towards the end game or a plan for the end game, and then worry about utility. Matador for 8 bucks. I'm gonna be honest, I don't quite understand how Matador works. Let's take a Temperance. Let's go Spectral Pack. Wraith, so it's a Joker for $135. No thank you. Ankh would get rid of most of our Jokers. Acto could be interested, but most of the time the safe thing is just take the money. And let's just keep it rolling. Okay. So if we take an Ankh, that means there's less of a chance for us to get a gold seal or these gold cards. But I think I would rather just take the money. Okay, let's do some discarded. Or discarded. Okay, so we know we're gonna one-shot with these kings, so let's just play it. Oh, we were a little bit shy. Sorry about that. Okay, more money. Okay, so we scored not a lot, so let's just scale up this campfire a little bit. Maybe I should have opened up these packs first. Maybe it doesn't matter. Okay. Arcana pack for 2 changes doesn't matter. Emperor doesn't matter. Maybe we hit the wheel. Okay. Let's keep it going. So we know that one of these doesn't win, probably. Oh, I guess it does win with campfire being at 1.75. So at 1.75, it is 40 something thousand. Okay. Mary Andy is interesting because it lets you see more cards, but it gives you less value. Like, it gives you less potential value because it gets rid of a card slot. We don't need it for this build. Okay. Half Joker's still doing a lot. So if we look at our planets, it's Air's is 10 volt, Half Joker's 20 volt. So it's still doing twice more than the planets. And then Bull's at 330, which is about the same. It's doing twice more than the planets. And then we also have Duo and Campfire, so pretty good. Okay, let's go Emperor. You probably want to try to find more utility. Maybe we hold on to a wheel and just keep it rolling. Okay, so we know this first one doesn't win, right? I think. Yeah, so next one wins. We already have our 10. Okay. Play the pair of 10s. So now that we have so much money, so the thing is with Bull is if you're able to get this much money and get Bull good, you don't even like need the Bull, honestly. You could just find something that's better, but it's here, so why not? Purple Seal, yes, we will take a Purple Seal. That gives us more utility, and we're at the place where just more utility is good. Next. Okay, so we already discussed that this pair doesn't win. Okay, so the next one does win. Okay, we could play this pair. Cool. Standard pack, just skip. Celestial pack for pair. Yeah. Okay. Let's play this pair. Okay, so the next one wins, so let's go for kings. Guess we'll keep that king. Okay. Nice, 2 lucky cards, hope for 20 bucks. Ah, no 20 bucks. That's fine. Alright, I think we're in a pretty good position here. Hung man. Yeah, I'll do a hung man, just getting rid of low cards. Deck fixing a little bit. Sure. So we could take a steal. A steal isn't gonna do much. So a steal right now is 6 molt because it's half the molt of your planets or like activation cards. Everything happens after they're activated your cards. So it's not 1.5x of the top, it's 1.5x of just your planet, so that's not worth it. I think it's better to save your fool for a hung man because that's the last thing we did. Let's go next. Okay. Let's play this 10. So we don't even need campfire at this stage. I just have it because if I was playing on gold stakes, that's how we would be winning, is this campfire. Campfire in this bowl being ridiculous. Also, I'm sure some of these would be eternal, some of these would be rental. Maybe I couldn't get all these jokers. So the same principles applies to the gold stakes. So we are in the last blind. This decision doesn't matter, but I guess we'll just take it. Standard pack, nothing of value. Let's keep it going. Ah, sorry about the yawn. Okay, let's just discard it, trying to find a head or king. None was found, so let's just play the high card. Yeah. I guess let's just play this pair. Yeah. And then we could just play this pair. Cool, so we already just proved that we could do 100k. Hologram. Doesn't matter. Yeah, so this was a fun run. So let's just play this pair, see if it stays in order. Yeah, so we're still in order here. So that's cool. And then this just wins the run. Nice. So this video is the show that you could win on white stakes very easily, almost no matter what. Now, I don't play into endless mode because I don't find endless mode fun. But this is something that could score you pretty far, probably. So, just to recap, if you identify your threat, you figure out your own score, you prioritize your economy, you think about your long-term scaling, and then go for your utility, you will consistently always win white stakes. Now, the higher stakes you go up, of course, the harder the game is going to be, so you're going to just lose sometimes. In white stakes, though, I think this is like almost 100% win rate if you just play by these principles that I just showed you in the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.